Just gonna make a short video on banks, FDIC insurance, and silver, where that's going. So real quick, everybody's got confidence in the banking system. Everybody's FDIC insured. If the banks fail, you're covered. Well, FDIC has enough cash to cover about 1.3 to 1.5% of losses, which means if bank starts to fail, they don't have enough money to cover everybody. If you're watching what's going on with silver, I talked about shorting with GameStop and that kind of stuff, shorts. Banks have been doing that for a long time on silver to suppress the price and make money that way. But with the breakout of silver, there's going to be a huge squeeze on banks. So if silver keeps going higher, people start ordering, hoarding. They're already talking like 6 weeks on delivery. Some people might just be like, we don't have it, so we're going to have to give you your money back because we can't get it to you. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. But basically what I'm trying to say is, if banks start to fail, don't expect the insurance is going to cover your losses. If you got $10,000, $100,000, $1 million in a bank, and you start talking billions and trillions of dollars between everybody, depending on the size of the bank, and they've got enough to cover 1.3 to 1.5% of total losses, guess what? That's not very much. It's like $1 per every 100, $10 in every 1,000. You get where I'm going with this. Also, there's the difference of a bailout. Everybody who lost their ass during the housing crash, lost their house, all that stuff. The economy crashed. Everybody was losing jobs. Wages went down. You were lucky if you had a job, if you kept a job. Government bailed them out. The opposite of that would be a bail-in. Who's going to bail the government out? That's the funny thing. We call it bail-in. So if you have money assets in the bank and that bank goes bankrupt and under, guess what? Your assets are the bank's asset. You gave that to the bank for permission to use for whatever they saw fit, to loan out, invest. That's how they make their money. But that money's not there. So if banks essentially crash and you're expecting the Federal Deposit of Insurance to cover your losses, you're pretty much going to be out of luck. So a lot of people are going to be hoarding gold and silver. Again, that's going to put a squeeze on it. I talked about paper silver. You know, you're buying silver gold certificates. You have it stashed away somewhere. You're making a lot of money right now. Woohoo. But guess what? Like I said, that paper certificate could be sold to 100 plus people who all own the same piece of metal that you think you're investing in. So I always say keep physical gold, physical silver. There's a lot going on in the world politically, financially. I know I was talking about the yen in a video I made a couple days ago. Well, apparently the yen has started to crash since I made that video, which I knew was coming. But Japan is doing that in a strategic way to try to bring people back into their markets. So there is some strategy there. But basically, most of your paper dollars around the world are really going to start to feel a pinch. Here in the United States, I know everybody notices that everything's really expensive to buy. Well, it's not that it's expensive, it's that your dollar is cheap. If prices keep spiking with gold and silver, it's going to be kind of tempting to want to sell that, cash out. But just pretend you're playing with Monopoly money. Keep what you got.